which is always such a mess, badly designed, under-rehearsed, no proper tunes. We live in real life, which is not a nice address, needs doing up, needs some white paint, needs a few clues. Life is a fan club and I'm not a fan.
Victoria Wood started writing her show back in January. In March and April she performed parts of the new material and a series of Sunday night tryouts at venues close to London, rewriting and adding new material each week.
We joined the long-term and
you can't do comedy without an audience.
direct.
I'll assemble a show that's full of old stuff so that I know it's going to go well, and I might put in more new bits, less old bits.
At St Albans, she decided to experiment with one of her routines by playing it as a character rather than in her own voice. This called for an extra stage prop.
Probably hiding in the piano. On. We're not a new bit in old bit. The point is one. Same number again. That's all right. Need more elastic.
Well, we knock on the door and this nurse answers. And she's wearing a party hat. And she's got a glass of formaldehyde in one hand with a cherry in it. And an earlobe in the other. I don't know how it happens, there's always something left over.
So I'll wait to say that and then put the hat on. And that's going to transform me instantly. Is that going to be in the first and second? That's in the first half. I'll give you a running order, but when I ran through it this morning, it went on forever, the whole thing. So I might have to, snip a bit out. It was 1 hour 20 minutes when I went right through the whole thing.
What was it last week? In the end.
I don't know, it felt like forever.
Yeah, it was about 1:10. It was
terrible night.
Expecting that
Terrible
one.
night. Please get me off the stage. I thought to myself, just shut up. Just hear my voice going, oh, be quiet. Get off this bloody stage.
Cause this is real life, which is always going to be like a toupee, hurting your head, showing the joint. Because in real life, there will always be a knee coming your way, aiming itself straight for your groin. It's a windowless room in the Hotel Bellevue. It's an ass-kicking party thrown specially for me and you.
Now, I must tell you, under a bit of a strain tonight, got a film crew with me filming a fly-on-the-wall documentary. It's a bit of a panic. Fly's just died. It fell off the wall. But it's such a worry having a film crew with you wherever you go. You would have to watch what you say. I haven't said bollocks since Thursday.
Is there any way you can identify what makes a good joke, or is that impossible?
It's rhythm, really. It's rhythm, it's unexpectedness, it's the sound of a word, it's like Neil Simon saying consonants are funnier than vowels. It's picking all those things, it's having a sense of what will work. It's surprise, it's having things coming off the offbeat instead of the onbeat. It's a lot to do with music, really.
The only thing I could find to put on this morning was a body. Body. Got it on now. Fantasy. This is by Fantasy, this body. I have got one made by Burley. But you feel such a fool, don't you, in a department store going up to a woman saying, have you got a large white burly body? But they're such a faff, aren't they, bodies, to get on and to get off. I mean, I've got friends who wear tights and knickers and a body and like a little dress or trousers, and they go out for a few drinks and they sit there and they go, oh, sod it, Angela, let's just wet ourselves.
When I first started in stand-up, I used to sit down. I couldn't leave the security of sitting on the piano stool. Then I graduated to standing in the crook of the piano, but I had it around the sides of me, so I had something to hold on to. Then I always had a stand mic, so there was always a barrier between me and the audience. And then I actually relaxed into the freedom of not holding anything, and it makes it much more physical, which I really enjoy.
attention to ourselves. We can do like quite an interesting rattle. Plus, I'm looking for my friend. Have you seen her? Kimberly. She's real really tall, real really platinum. She said like these hair extensions to ages to do to 8 hours. Well, 4 for each armpit. So she's got this new job now. She's working in a health club and gym, really upmarket. It's converted from an abattoir. So there's loads of hooks for your leotard.
During these early tryouts, Victoria's husband, Geoffrey, himself a professional performer, provides an outside eye to assess audience reaction and help shape the final show.
I'm not the director. I just notice things that occur to me. And if, when I tell her, she thinks they're worth noting, she will take them into account. If, say, half the audience is laughing, but another half of the audience isn't laughing, I'll try and work out why that is.
A sweet old couple had a party, 'cause they've been married 60 years. Sat hand in hand and hale and hearty. The local press were all in tears. The woman from the news said, Ivy, what's had your marriage last so well? She looked at her husband and said with a wink, regular sex with the Coleman, I think.
Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, good.
How long was that? Oh, it was a long time.
It was.
In total, it was an hour and 22.
Yeah.
The opening bit was 22 minutes and 12.
Yeah.
And then up to the new song it was 28, and then it's real life it was 53 minutes.
That's all right then.
That's the first half.
We've done it.
The first half of the trip, well, the first half ended up like 55.
Yeah, that's all right, isn't it?
Is that exactly what you want?
Yeah.
It was much better.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
It was.
But somehow those lines are much better coming out from someone else's mouth
I
than
know.
yours.
But we don't like to hear me say arse, you know. It's just probably. It's my beauty trick, I've never given you my beauty trick. You have to wash your face for a minute. And that's it. Loosens all your dirt. That's your pores.
A bit of a mess on.
Yeah? Yeah.
What do you wash yours on?
Oh, any old thing. It doesn't matter if it's for a minute, you know. But lead powder, then you'll do it.
Please welcome Victoria Wood.
There's a tin in your face cupboard, labeled Lorraine, because I've gone and got engaged again. I wonder what they'll give me. Money would be ideal. Probably be something practical in stainless steel.
She just finished at Birmingham University after getting an honours degree in drama. You would expect her to go on possibly to the Old Vic or somewhere like that, but no.
Cause on the day I might fade away and be just a veil and a pile of bones.
What did you get from university? So you're really glad you went to university?
I didn't actually participate because people kept saying, well, you can't act, you know, you go and do stage management. You're no good at Chekhov. They were very dismissive. I just went off on my own and played the piano and ate more, and just more eating, more songwriting.
And to tell you the truth, I don't know what I can do instead.
When I went on New Faces, they said, well, you're very good, but I don't think you'll ever work because there's nowhere for you to work. Somebody said, this woman is doing sophisticated cabaret and there's no such thing in this country. It's all, you know, it died with Noel Coward, it's all gone. And so I was constantly being told either I didn't look right, or I didn't sound right, or there was nowhere for me to work. And I didn't know right, so I was out of work for 4 years.
So you just potted around for that?
I potted around miserably.
How did you cope with it?
Well, I just, you know, partly apathy and partly stubbornness, really. And then, luckily, I met Jeff, and then that gave me a boost to carry on. But I was really anxious. By the time I was 23, I remember saying to him, I'm 23, and this is all over. You know, I'd had about 4 lucky breaks, and nothing had happened out of any of them. Especially That's Life, which was getting 15 million, and I still hadn't got an agent or got myself together.
I'll be back at Social Security, queuing up to be abused, to be listed on a card index, a finger slightly used. Maybe my degree will come in handy. I've got one that's just a bit small. It qualified me to drink shandy, and that's all.
When you went from the bedsitter to the studio, did you sort of change personality?
On the train, yes. I felt much more comfortable because I thought, well, this is the thing I can do. I can write songs and sing, and I can play the piano. And then I felt I was in the right place. The rest of the time, I felt I was rather floundering.
Slowly, her act stopped being a lot of songs strung together and started to become something that was about her rather than about a lot of songs. And when an entertainer starts talking about themselves, then they're getting good, because then they're having the nerve to be honest.
Nobody arrives fully fledged on the planet as a good comedian. So I had to go through some sort of turmoil the first few years. I don't regret being out of work or anything like that. It just took me a long time to learn the job.
It's easy to forget that she was the first female stand-up comic. There was Beryl Reid, who was a huge star, doing character. There was Joyce Grenfell, who was doing characters. There was nobody until Victoria did it, who stood behind a stand mic and told gags, and she had to invent it for herself.
Because when you buy a house, and anybody who's bought a house will know this, you do it almost at random, you know. I mean, I've spent longer choosing shoe polish than what I have houses. You go in a house and you say, I love their Hoover, we'll buy it. Yes, please, thank you. When Jeff met me, he decided to stop being an actor and start being a magician. And his first big job was to do a summer season at the end of the pier in Morecambe. And we took a little flat. And again, apathy and isolating and things. We just stayed there. And we sort of made a joke out of it. We pretended we liked it. We didn't really like it because we were really lonely, but we couldn't say it. That was a mad decision. That was a mad, stupid decision.